Hello friends, this is Hatim Ramparwala, and in this video we would be revising chapter that is Foreign Contribution Regulation Act of CA final law. And in this what we are going to do is we would be revising from the Pankaj Gar Sir Scanner PDF file, though it is a copyrighted PDF, but it is freely available on Sir's Telegram channel. Okay, so let's start. What we would be doing is discussing the illustrations, that is discussing the questions from the scanner. We would not be discussing all, but yeah, we would be discussing a few, and some or majority we'll discuss basically. Let's see, to get a, what we can say, just for a revision purpose. Okay, so I'd selected a few of the illustrations that we'll do one by one. So let's begin with illustration number 3. Okay, let's start. Mr. Indian received the foreign contribution of rupees of amounting 1.1 lakh rupees from his relative residing abroad. Examine whether the Mr. Indian can accept the foreign contribution remittance as per the provision of the FCRA. See, exceeding 1 lakh they cannot exceed. Prior permission is required for that. So we'll go through the answer. He is receiving it from his relative. Mr. Indian is receiving from his relative foreign contribution from the relative. Section 4E of FCRA 2010, read with rule 6 of the FCRA rule 2016. Even the person prohibited under section 3, that is person, see, even if the person prohibited under section 3, that is the person may not be permitted to accept the foreign contribution, may allow to accept the foreign contribution from their relatives. However, in terms of rule 6 of FCRA, a person receiving foreign contribution in excess of 1 lakh rupees or equivalent thereto in the financial year from his relatives shall inform the CG in prescribed form within 30 days from the date of such a receipt of contribution. So after Mr. Indian has received the what we can say, the contribution amounting to 1.1 lakh rupees, that is, it is exceeding 1 lakh rupees, it is that Mr. Indian should inform CG within the period of 30 days from the date of the receipt of the contribution. Conclusion: Mr. Indian can accept the contribution from his relative, but he shall inform the CG of his receiving the foreign contribution of 1.1 lakh. So he should inform of receiving 1.1 lakh as a foreign contribution in excess of 1 lakh rupees. Okay, then next we will do illustration number 4. Sorry for the disturbance from back, the banging sound and all, but we'll continue. See, question number 4. X is an association having a certificate of registration, transfers the foreign contribution received by it to the another. So the Mr. X has the certificate of registration. He is transferring the foreign contribution received by it to the another organization. Whether Mr. X can validly transfer the foreign contribution. If yes, then what is the process to do so? If there is any restriction on the transfer of the fund to do so, is there any restriction? So what questions they have asked, okay, whether it can validly do so, what is the process of doing, and whether there is any restriction on transfer of the fund. So okay, we'll discuss the answer. Transfer of any foreign contribution as per section 7 FCRA 2010, no person who is registered and granted a certificate of registration or has obtained the prior permission under this act and receives any foreign contribution shall transfer such a foreign contribution to any another person unless such other person is also registered and has been granted the certificate of registration. So registered person can only transfer to the other registered person or who has obtained the prior permission under this act. However, such a person may transfer with the prior approval of the central government a part of such a contribution to such other person who has not been granted a certificate of registration or who has not obtained the prior permission under this act in accordance with the rules made by the central government. So with prior permission of the central government, the registered person who has prior permission with the central government can transfer to the non-registered person or who has not obtained the can transfer to such a person also who has not obtained the certificate of registration or who has not obtained the prior permission. Conclusion: Mr. X can transfer the foreign contribution received by it to another organization in compliance with section 7. So he has to comply. If he can transfer to a registered person freely, and to transfer to an unregistered person, he need to take prior approval of the central government. Now they have also asked that whether there is any restriction on the transfer of fund. Rule 24. See, we are transferring, if we transfer to the registered person, there is no limit there is no restriction on transfer. Any amount we can transfer. But if we are transferring to an unregistered person, there is a restriction of max 10% of the amount received. So we'll read this solution. Rule 24 of FCRA rule prescribes the procedure for transferring of any foreign contribution to an unregistered person as under. This is the procedure. A person who has been granted a certificate of registration or a prior permission under rule under section 11 and intend to transfer the part of the foreign contribution received by it to received by him to a person who has not been granted a registration or the prior permission under these act may transfer such a fund to the may transfer such a foreign contribution to an extent not exceeding 10% of the value of the total value thereof, and for this purpose make an application to the central government in the prescribed form FC5. See, we have to make an application to the in prescribed form, that is FC5, to the central government for that giving a declaration that we had transferred up to only 10 that we had transferred only 10% of the total amount received, and for seeking of the permission as well we can transfer to it transfer to unregistered person, but only up to 10% of the total value received, 10% of the not exceeding 10% of the total value, and for this purpose make an application to the central government. Okay, then application shall be accompanied by the declaration to the effect that application should also accompany the declaration that the amount of proposed to be transferred during the financial year is less than 10% of the total value. See, there is a contradiction over here. Over here it is written less than 10%, and in the above para it was written that it can transfer not exceeding 10%, means up to 10%, and over here declaration has to be given that it is less than 10%, but as it is we have to write in exam, there is no choice left for us because the same has been given in the rules of the total less that we have to give the declaration that the contribution that the foreign contribution which we had made is less than 10% of the total value of the foreign contribution received by him during the financial year, and the transferor shall not transfer such a foreign contribution until the CG approves such transfer. See, as we had seen that prior permission is required in case of transfer to an unregistered person. So until and unless the CG approves the transaction, transferor cannot transfer such a foreign contribution to an unregistered person. So what step we had read is read in the rule is, first was the person can transfer, a registered person can transfer to an unregistered person, but not exceeding 10%, and make an application to the central government. He should also give a declaration that it is less than 10%, and he shall not transfer unless the CG approves such a transfer. The person who has been granted a certificate of registration under section 11 shall not require to seek prior approval of the CG for transferring of any foreign contribution received by it to the another person who has been granted a certificate of registration or a prior approval under these act, provided that the recipient has not been proceeded against under any of the against under any of the provision of the act, proceeded against under any of the provision of these act. Both the transferor and the recipient a register can transfer to register without any restriction, but he should ensure that the recipient has not been proceeded under any of that. Both the transferor and the transferee has to file the return, file the return, and should declare their utilization. So state that utilization. The same has been given in point number 4. See, both the transferor and the recipient shall be responsible for ensuring the proper utilization. See, it should be the utilization should also be proper, should ensure proper utilization of the foreign contribution so transferred, and such a transfer of any foreign contribution shall be reflected in the returns in the form to be submitted by both of the transferor and the both the transferor and the recipient. See, seeking approval is different thing, giving declaration is different thing, and in fourth point they have said they have to make proper utilization of the foreign contribution as well, and the same has to be reflected in the returns in the form which has to be submitted by both the transferor and the transferee. So we are done with question number 4. Basically in 4 what we have studied is that a register can transfer to unregistered subjected to certain condition laid down under section 7 and rule 24. Okay, we'll proceed to question number 6. See, we are doing few of them, but this would be of much help in your revision. Okay, question number 6. Mr. Peter, a member of the legislature in India, visited Sydney, Australia to attend the World Trade Conference as a representative of the government of India after obtaining due permission of the central government as per the provisions of the Foreign Contribution Act 2010. These expenditure, see, after obtaining due permission of central government, Mr. Peter has visited to Sydney, that is Australia. His expenditure on the foreign travel was borne by the Bretley Limited, a foreign company. So expenditure was borne by the foreign company. While attending the conference, Mr. Peter suddenly encountered chest pain and was immediately admitted in the nearby hospital for a medical care and the treatment. The medical expenses of 20 lakh rupees, medical expenses of 2 lakh rupees was borne by Bretley Limited. So Bretley has borne the limit, that is foreign company has borne the expense of this medical expenses. Mr. Peter seeks your advice about the procedure to be followed in the above situation under the provision of the Foreign Contribution Act 2010. Please advise suitably. So basically, before accepting any foreign hospitality, the person has to inform to the CG. But if the person is already in foreign country on visit, that is on foreign hospitality, and during that period if he gets injured or needs the medical treatment, emergency medical treatment, so in that case, and then if that expenditure has been borne by the foreign company, so the company has to, so sorry, not the company, so the individual who is accepting foreign hospitality shall inform to the CG within 30 days from the date of acceptance of the foreign hospitality, and shall inform the nature and the source of such foreign contribution. That we will read in exam, not exam, that we will read in this solution. I'm just explaining once, and then we'll go to proceed with the solution reading. And the second thing is, if that amount is less than 1 lakh, that is up to 1 lakh rupees foreign hospitality, then there is no requirement on the person individual in case of medical treatment to inform to the CG. Okay, so let's read quickly. Restriction on the acceptance of the foreign hospitality, section 6 of Foreign Contribution Act 2010. No member of the legislature of or the office bearer, no member of the legislature, office bearer, political party, judge, government servant, employee of any corporation or any other body owned or controlled shall visit these all persons stated above shall none of them shall while visiting any of the country or territory outside India accept any foreign contribution except with the prior permission of the central government, for any of the foreign hospitality. See, which all person they have stated is member of legislature, office bearer of political party. Member of legislature is the first, is member of legislature, office bearer of political party. Second, judge. Third, government servant. Fourth, employee of the corporation. Member of legislature, office bearer of political party, judge, government servant, employee of the corporation or body. So for all this person, they have to obtain the prior permission of the central government before accepting any foreign hospitality outside India. It may also be provided that it shall not be necessary to obtain the foreign contribution for any of the emergent medical aid needed on account of any sudden illness contracted during a visit outside India. But where such a foreign hospitality has been received, the foreign see it is provided that it is not necessary to obtain the permission in case of any medical emergent aid needed. So if it is medical emergent, no prior permission is needed. But where such foreign hospitality has been received, the person receiving such foreign hospitality shall intimate the central government as to the receipt of such hospitality within 1 month from the date of the receipt of such an hospitality, and the source from which the source and the manner in which such hospitality was received by him. He should declare to the CG within the period of 1 month. Okay, Rule 7. Foreign contribution rule. In case of any emergent medical treatment aid needed on account of any sudden illness during the visit abroad, the acceptance of any foreign hospitality shall be required to intimate the central government within it is not within 60 days. It has been amended to 1 month, I think so. These notes are not amended, these notes are amended basically, but this answer I think so is not amended. Saying notes are not amended is not correct. So basically this is 1 month. Earlier it was 60 days, but then they have amended and made consistency with the act as well as rules. So see, over here also in third last line they have given within 1 month of the receipt they have to inform, and in rules also they have amended that within 60 days, within 1 month of the receipt of giving full details including the source, approximate value in the Indian rupees, and the purpose for which the manner. See, they have to give the purpose and the manner in which it is utilized. So in this case, conclusion, Mr. Peter needs to comply with the requirement of section 6 and rule 7. So we are done with this. Then next illustration is illustration 7. Okay, here. An association registered under the Foreign Contribution Act 2010 received the donation from the club registered in Singapore. The association, see, an association which is registered under FCRA has received the donation from the club which is registered under Singapore. The association purpose to transfer 10% of the donation to the home for aged society. So the association, what association is thinking of donating to the transfer the 10% of the donation to the home aged society, an unregistered person, and 15% to the welfare club and registered person. See, to register person there is no limit, so he can transfer 15% to welfare club and 10% to donation to the age. This both is permitted to invest the portion of the donation in the chits promising high return. This is not allowed of investing in the chit fund. This becomes speculative in nature, so this is not allowed. In the light of the provision that we will see, in the light of the provision of the Foreign Contribution Act 2010, decide whether the association can carry out the above proposals, and if so, state the procedure to be followed. See whether they can carry out the procedure, that we will see in the answer, and if so, state the procedure to be followed under the said act. Okay, so transfer of any foreign contribution to others, section 7. Foreign contribution. No person who is registered or granted a certificate or has obtained the prior permission under this act and receives any foreign contribution shall transfer such a foreign contribution to any of the person unless such a person is also a registered person and has been granted a certificate of registration or has obtained prior permission under this act. However, such a person may transfer with the prior approval of the central government a part of such a foreign contribution to any of the person who had not been registered, who has not been granted a certificate, or has obtained the prior permission under these act in accordance with the rules framed by the central government. Okay, in accordance with the rules framed by central government. See what they are given is, yeah, Section 8 FCRA. Any foreign contribution or any of the income arising out of it shall not be used for the speculative business. See what they are given is, as per Section 8, any of the income arising out of it shall not be used for the speculation business. Section as per Rule 4. See, this all are the provision. Then we will discuss the conclusion. So this is given basically in relation to that chit fund thing. As per Rule 4, foreign contribution rule, participating in any of the scheme that promise high return like investment in chit or land or similar assets not directly linked to declared aim and objective of an organization or association is considered as a speculative activity. So this who is promising high return, the investment which is promising high return and such as investment in chit or similar land association not directly linked to the declared aim or objective. See, this is not directly linked to the aim or objective of the association, basically of an organization association. It is so this all will be considered as a speculative activity, and as we have seen that as per Section 8, any foreign contribution receiving out of it shall not be used for speculative purpose. Okay, so basically in short they have prohibited that thing. Conclusion: transfer of 10% of any donation to home aged society and unregistered person can be made after obtaining the prior approval of the central government as per Rule 24. Perfect. Transfer of 15% of any welfare club to a welfare club. Transfer 15% of donation which was received to welfare club, a registered person under this act can also be made. Third, investment of any donation in chit promising high return is not allowed. Okay, procedure for transferring of any foreign contribution to an unregistered person, the same which we had studied in the previous answer as well. This Rule 4 they have discussed. The first point, they can transfer but up max 10%. Then in second point we have studied the declaration he has to give, and that transfer cannot be made unless CG approval has been obtained. A registered person can transfer to another registered person without any restriction, but he should ensure that the recipient has not been proceeded under any of the act, and the fourth under any of the provision of this act, and fourth, under any of the provision of the act, any provision of the act, this act basically they are saying. And fourth point, both the transfer and the transferee shall be responsible for ensuring the proper utilization of any foreign contribution, so transferred, and such a transfer of foreign contribution shall be reflected in the return in form to be submitted by both the transferor and the recipient, So with this basically their utilization should be proper, and that has to be reflected. Utilization has to be reflected in the return that has to be submitted by both the transferor and the recipient. Then we would be solving illustration 9. Illustration 9. Illustration 9. Yeah, 9. It is a November 19 exam question. In light of the provision of the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act 2010, examine and decide whether the following person in India are permitted to receive the amount article in the following situations. Okay, so we have to just read the cases and identify whether they can accept the fund contribution or not. That's what they have said, that in light of the examine whether the following person in India are permitted to receive the amount or article in the following situation. Mrs. KG and company, a partnership firm, obtained a loan from a club registered has obtained a loan from a club registered in London for its business purpose. So look, they had obtained a loan from the club registered in London for its business. Yeah, might be yes. There isn't any restriction. Acceptance of foreign contribution. Mrs. KG, a partnership firm, obtained a loan from the club registered in London for its business purpose. Section 3 of FCRA imposed the restriction on certain person to accept foreign contribution. A club registered outside India is a foreign source. So see, they are receiving it from the club registered in London, so it is an source outside India. Okay, source outside India. A club registered outside India is the foreign source. As per section 21H, donation, delivery, transfer made by a foreign source of any of the currency. See, donation, delivery, or transfer, either of them, donation, delivery, transfer of any of the by the foreign source of any of the currency, whether it is in India or foreign, is a foreign contribution. However, the partnership firm is not covered under the provision of section 3, means it has not been restricted. Hence, Mr. KG, a partnership firm. See, partnership firm is not covered under provision of section 3, means in section 3 they have given prohibitions. So if a partnership firm is not covered, as I said, Mr. KG and company partnership firm is permitted to obtain a loan from the club registered in London for its business purpose. So it is permitted. Second, Hello FM, a registered association, receives a fund from the foreign company for establishing frequency model radio stations to broadcast audio news. See, there is a restriction in section 3 that audio news broadcasting, in relation to that we'll see what solution they are given is. See, means it is restricted basically, that's my saying is, as per section 3 FCRA, an association, a foreign company engaged in the production or broadcast of any of the, as per section 3, any association or a company who is engaged in the production or the broadcast, so any of the association who is engaged in the production or the broadcast of any of the audio news or audio visual, who is producing audio or audio visual news or current affair program through an electronic mode or any other electronic mode, through an electronic or any other electronic as defined in the IT Act, or any other mode of mass communication, is not allowed. So this is restricted. So basically it is not allowed to accept the fund contribution. Hello Mass, a firm registered, Hello Mass fund, wait a second. Yeah. So Hello FM, a firm registered, firm association, is not permitted to receive the fund from a foreign company for establishing the frequency model radio station to broadcast audio news. And the third thing, so first was allowed partnership firm thing, second is restricted because it is covered in section 3, and third one is Happy received a wrist watch as a marriage anniversary gift from his uncle, a citizen of US. The market value of the wrist watch is 25,000. As it is less than 1 lakh rupees, this is not prohibited. This won't be come because it is received as a gift on the occasion of marriage, and the gift value is less than 10,000. Wristwatch. Yeah. See, a donation, delivery, transfer of any of the foreign source of any article in foreign is a foreign contribution. So if any of the foreign source make any donation of any donation, delivery, or transfer of any which is made by the foreign source, is a foreign contribution. However, if an article is given to a person as a gift for his personal use, if the market value of which article on the date of such a gift, see, market value on the date of the gift is not more than such a sum as may be prescribed from time to time by a rule made by it in this behalf, amount specified is 1 lakh rupees, it will not amount to foreign contribution, as the value of the wristwatch is 25,000 only, it will not be treated as a foreign contribution. Mr. Happy is permitted to receive the wristwatch as a marriage gift anniversary from his uncle, a citizen of USA. So citizen of USA, that is a foreign source. From that he is receiving any article as a gift for the personal purpose, and that too value is up to 1 lakh. So it won't be treated as a foreign contribution, and he is allowed. That is who was that individual? Mr. Happy is allowed to accept this foreign contribution. Means it will not be treated as a foreign contribution. So he is allowed to. Happy is permitted to receive the wristwatch as a marriage gift from his uncle, a US citizen. Then we would be doing illustration number 12. 12. Under what circumstances government can cancel the certificate of registration granted to a person under the FCRA? So what all are the circumstances? Simply, if we had violated any of the provision on which basis we had got a registration certificate, and if we are not complying with that certificate or terms and condition, or if we had contravened or anything provisions, so the registration can be cancelled. The same points are stated in this. Section 14 speaks about cancellation of any certificate of registration granted under FCRA. Section 14 of the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act deals with the situation under which the deals with section deals with a situation under which the certificate of registration may be cancelled. Accordingly, the CG may by an order cancel the certificate if the holder of the certificate has, if first conditions, see there are in all 1 2 3 A B C D E, only 5 conditions stated in section 14. A holder of a statement in or in relation to any application for the grant of registration renewal thereof is incorrect or false. So basically he has given incorrect or false data. The holder of certificate has made a statement which is incorrect or false. Second, the holder of the certificate has violated any of the terms or the condition of any certificate or renewal thereof. So he has either violated any terms or condition of any certificate, or terms and condition of terms and condition of the renewal of certificate, so that will be cancelled. Then in the opinion of the CG, it is necessary for the public interest to cancel the certificate. So the first point was he has given false data information. A holder of the certificate has made in relation to an application of any grant of registration or renewal thereof which is false or incorrect. Then he has violated any of the terms of the condition of any certificate or renewals. Then in relation to in opinion of the CG, in public interest, cancellation is beneficial in public interest. Then the holder of the certificate has violated any of the provision of these act or the rules made thereunder. Then fifth point is, if the holder of the certificate has not been engaged in any of the reasonable activity in its chosen field for the benefit of the society for 2 consecutive years, or has become defunct. So whether he has not engaged in any of the prescribed and not engaged in the reasonable activity in the chosen field for a period of 2 consecutive years, or has become defunct, or has violated the provision of these, or has violated the terms and condition, or has or the CGs of the opinion that it is necessary to do so in the public interest, or if or at the time of registration or renewal thereof, a member has provided this holder of the certificate has provided the data or has provided the document statements which are false or incorrect. So the certificate can be cancelled. Then we would be doing illustration 13. We are done with that illustration. Illustration 13. After giving a reasonable opportunity of being heard, the central government cancels the certificate of registration. A company registered under the FCRA on the ground of the public interest. 2.5. See what they are given is a company registered under FCRA on the ground of public interest. 2.5 years have passed since such a cancellation. The company has submitted its written declaration not to involve in any of such activity again and request to restore the registration. See what the case is, that they had earlier contravened any of the provision. Now 2.5 years has been passed. The company has submitted a written declaration that they will not involve in any of the activity again, and the request to restore the registration. Advised it is Toasty Limited on its eligibility for re-registration or grant of prior permission. Re-registration or grant of prior permission also state the circumstances under which the government can cancel the certificate of registration. See, the circumstances are the one which we studied in the previous question also. Okay, let's see. Then also state the circumstances of cancellation of certificate of registration to a person under the Foreign Contribution Act 2002. First we have to see, there are two questions being asked. First, eligibility of re-registration and also the circumstances under which the registration can be cancelled. So we'll first proceed with the first question, that is eligibility of re-registration. So we'll read the answer. Eligibility for the re-registration or the grant of the prior permission under the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. Section 14 of the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act deals with the situation where the cancellation of the where the certificate of the registration may be cancelled. Where the Section 14 deals with a situation where the certificate of registration may be cancelled and the re-registration. Accordingly, any person whose certificate has been cancelled under these sections shall not be eligible for the registration or the grant of the prior permission for the period of 3 years from the date of such a cancellation of such a certificate. See, over here, how much period has left since 2.5 years has been passed. So over in provision, what it has been stated in Section 14 that for the period of 3 years he cannot again be eligible for registration. That is, here 3 years is the cooling off period. That is, if the certificate of registration has been cancelled under this section, shall not be eligible for the registration or grant of prior permission for a period of 3 years from the date of such a cancellation of such a certificate. Hence, Toasty Limited will be eligible to apply for registration only after the expiry of the 3 years from the date of the cancellation. So he would be eligible only after 3 years and not after 2.5 years. So currently he is not eligible for appointment. Sorry, he is not eligible for what we can say. Not eligible for registration under FCRA. And the second question, circumstances under which the government may cancel the certificate of registration. Refer question 12, which we had studied the 5 point, that is that CG is of the opinion or he has not commenced any of the specific business relevant business activity. Not relevant, the word was a reasonable activity in its chosen field for a period of 2 consecutive year, or has become defunct, or has contravened the provision, or has contravened the rules or regulation, or has contravened the terms of condition, or is at the time of renewal or at the time of registration he has provided the documents which are incorrect, false documents. So these are the circumstances under which the registration will be cancelled. And the last illustration which we would be discussing in this session is illustration 15th. Okay, Bharat Limited is a subsidiary of the Global Limited, which is a MNC registered in Hong Kong. So Bharat is a subsidiary of Global, which is a MNC registered in Hong Kong. So Global is the MNC which is registered in Hong Kong, and Bharat is a subsidiary of that. Bharat Limited has obtained a permission to receive foreign contribution in the designated account in the SBI. Later on, it was discovered that the obtained foreign contribution were deposited in the other account for its functioning. Advice on the given situation as to depositing of any amount of the foreign contribution from the designated account to any another account, and state the duty of the bank on the said transaction made. So they have asked that advice on the situation as to depositing of any amount of the foreign contribution as from the designated account to another account. So over here, section 17, foreign contribution through the scheduled bank. Section 17 of FCRA. Every person who has been granted a certificate of registration or prior permission shall receive the foreign contribution in the single account only. See, the person has to receive the foreign contribution in single account. The utilization can be made from 2 or more of the account. So receive through a single account only through one such of the branch of the bank, only one branch of the bank, and only in one account he should receive the foreign contribution, as he may specify it in the application for the grant of certificate. At the time of the grant of certificate, he may specify the account, that is only one account in that he should receive the foreign contribution. The person should receive the foreign contribution. However, the person may open one or more of the account in any of the bank or more bank for utilizing of any foreign contribution. So but he can open one or more account for utilizing of any foreign contribution. No funds other than the foreign contribution shall be received or deposited in such accounts. See, once the account has been opened for the purpose of receiving or what we can say, expending the foreign contribution, utilizing the foreign contribution, no other amount, that is which has been used, which would be used for any other purpose, shall be deposited in such an account. It should not be deposited in such accounts, and he should receive in only one account, but utilization can be made from more than one account. Every bank or authorized person in the every bank or authorized person in the foreign exchange shall report. So we are done with this first part of this question. Second part, what they have asked is any duty of the bank on the said transaction made. So what is the duty of the bank is every bank or authorized person in the foreign exchange shall report. See, every bank and authorized person shall report to such an authority as may be specify the prescribed amount of any foreign remittance. See, bank and authorized person will inform to the prescribed authority of any of the foreign contribution, any transaction made. See, the prescribed amount of any foreign remittance, if we had made any foreign remittance, or the source and the manner in which the foreign remittance was received. If we had made any foreign remittance, in the source and the information, source and the manner in which the foreign contribution has been received, from which source, source and the manner of receiving, from whom it has been received, source and the manner in which the foreign contribution has been received, and the other particulars in such a form as may be prescribed. This shall be submitted by the bank or any authorized person to the prescribed authority. That is amount of foreign remittance, amount of foreign receipt, that is foreign remittance received, foreign remittance made, or any of the particular in such a form as may be prescribed. Then conclusion, foreign contribution shall be received only in the one branch of the bank as specified in the application for the grant of certificate of registration, the one account which we had specified in that grant of at the time of making an application for the grant of certificate of registration. In that the entity should receive the foreign contribution. If the permission is obtained to receive the foreign contribution in a designated account and deposited the same in other account. So if we had received the permission to receive the foreign contribution in a designated account, designated that the one account for which we had obtained the permission, for instance bank A account, for that we had obtained the permission, and then and depositing the same in other bank account is an offense. However, for utilizing of any fund, one or more of a account is permissible. See, depositing in other account now would be a violation of this offense, of this act, that is it is an offense under this act. However, for utilization of any fund, one or more account are permissible. And second, obligation of the bank receiving foreign contribution of its customer. Rule 16, foreign contribution, the bank shall report to the CG within 48 hours of any transaction in respect of any receipt or utilization of any foreign contribution. See, the bank or authorized person, bank basically has to inform to the CG of any of within 48 hours of entering into any transaction of receiving or utilization of any of the foreign contribution by any of the person, whether or not such person is registered or granted prior permission under these act. Whether or not such person is registered or granted, see, whether or not that person is registered or granted prior permission, the bank should inform to the CG within 48 hours of such a transaction of any of the receipt or the payment or receipt or the utilization of any foreign contribution. So this is the obligation, that is the bank should inform within 48 hours of such a transaction to the central government. So with this we are done with this chapter of FCRA. We had tried to cover almost means we had covered many questions one after another, but not all questions. And likewise we would be doing for other chapters as well. This was the first video of allied law scanner. We would be doing next PMLA, Sara Fasai, then SICRA, FEMA, IBC likewise. So stay tuned for the other videos as well. Thank you for watching the video.